I'm Elisa from Confetti Cakes. We're mixing it up in the kitchen today. The other night I was reading a book with my daughter, Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss, and I was inspired by all of the vintage colors and this cute hot air balloon. I thought it was the perfect inspiration to use to make hot air balloon and cloud cookies. It's the perfect cookie to have at the beginning of the school year, thinking about all the things my daughter's going to learn and all the places she and her friends are going to go. So let's get started. And don't worry, I'm going to list everything you need on my blog. So check that out and you'll have all the recipes for the cookie dough, the recipe for the royal icing, and all of the utensils and equipment that I use today. So I have my cookie dough all rolled out. It's basically butter cookies. I roll it between the parchment so it's nice and even. After I roll it, I stick it in the freezer. Now, if I bought a cookie cutter every time I had an idea, that would be a problem, especially living in a New York City apartment. So I decided to use things that I already had in my studio. So I'm going to use the largest round cutter and just press down, make sure you move it around. The other thing I want to do is a square cutter. And again, if you don't have that, you can just use a knife and cut it out. I'm just being a little lazy today. To make the shape, I'm going to take either my round cutter again or my smaller round cutter and just take a little bit off the sides. So this way I start getting the shape that I want. Then you can just use your fingers. I always say our hands are our best tools, but if you have a paring knife, then just go ahead and kind of complete the line. And now I want to make a little basket for my hot air balloon. So obviously if I went like that, it wouldn't fit. So again, I'm going to take my round cutter, either one, large or small, and I'm going to just cut the tip of the square away. And don't throw away any of these scraps. They can be re-rolled and you can make more cookies. Now we have our little basket. And if you want, you could just use a little bit of water. And don't worry, I promise you, they will stick when you cook them. So I'm going to just push in all the sides. And then I'll put this back on the tray and let it freeze again. So for the cloud cookies, I'm going to cut out 5 circles. Again, if you don't have that, you could use the back of a pastry tip, really anything you have lying around, a little vase. So now I have my 5 up, and they broke. That's okay. This is what I call a teaching moment. So just push it back. Remember, this is the raw cookie dough. So it hasn't been baked yet. I don't care about anything breaking. I'm going to just line up 2 of the cookies, just like this. And then I'm going to take another one of the cookies and just cut away, just like I did before with the basket of my hot air balloon. There you go. So there's one. And I could just put another one there. I could put one up here. That's the fun with this cookie. You could really do anything. If you were mad at someone, you could make angry storm clouds. So it's not the perfect shape, but I just stick it together and I make a special cloud, all different shapes. And again, I'm going to go ahead, put it on a tray. Whoops, all together. There's that piece that fell apart. And then I'll freeze it. Once it's baked, perfect. So now, first, let's do the hot air balloon. I have my stiff bag of icing. So the best thing to do is pretend like you're driving. So as you go around the cookie, be looking ahead. You don't want to drive off the road. Okay, so here I go. I just want the string of the bag of the royal icing to fall down. And normally, after piping all these cookies, I have a headache because I'm usually holding my breath. Now, the next part of my cookie, I want to make a little area for a banner. So again, just let the icing flow. I'm going to just put some more extra icing, create a thicker, bolder line. It took me a long time to figure out why I had a headache after doing 100 cookies for a wedding, and then I realized, because I was holding my breath. So now I just want to make some lines in the middle. So I'm going to pipe some lines here. And again, if any of this scares you, just grab some of those, I don't know, are they called fadoodlers? Fadoodler? Food markers? Food safe markers, that's what you want. And you could go right over them and you can not be scared. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and roll out some of my pre-dyed mocha flavored fondant. I'm going to just roll it out. See how nice it is? It doesn't stick. Sometimes you want it to stick a little bit more. Anyway, and then I'm going to use this to just roll across. So this is actually to make brick. And then I've already figured out that I just need 3 lines of it. 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to use a little bit of water. So there's my little basket. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my icing colors. If you do a lot of cookies, I find these squeeze bottles really great. All right, so I just squeeze it out. The stiff icing really creates like a dam. Then you want to grab a toothpick and just start swirling the icing around. And it's really important that you're not digging into the bottom of the cookie. You don't want all those buttery crumbs coming through. Ta-da! So again, I just have my icing go all the way to the edge, and then I'm gonna spread it out. And these areas are so small that I could actually fill a whole bunch and then go back and spread. So let's get to our cloud cookie. So here's my baked cookie, and you see it's nice and uneven. I actually love that. You don't want clouds, should be billowy. And so I take my delicious marshmallows. They're so cute, they're Hello Kitty, and they're filled with strawberry jelly. I'm telling you, I'm not a candy person, but they're so good. Buy a bag for your cookies and buy a bag for yourself. I took some marshmallows, 6 to 8 per cookie. I take them and I take a sharp pair of scissors and I find the 2 little ends and I just cut along the top. Whoop, wee. And so I cut 2 off of each marshmallow. Whoop. And then I turn it so that it's not perfectly round, but it's pretty round. So then you're left with this, and you can eat it. And so again, I'm going to use my water. You could add a layer of icing. You could put a layer of chocolate like Nutella, and you could even do this on a graham cracker, and then you have s'mores. I'm just saying, there are a lot of different things you can do. So I just start piling these on, and then just stick them on. Again, I just put more water, and I start layering them. Look, see, there's the jelly. So once I have the bottom layer all done, I'll go right to the top. I mean, my daughter could help me with this. It's nice to have a lot of quick things in your arsenal ready to go. Ta-da! So here's my cloud cookies, and I'm going to just take my pastry bag. Anytime I can add a little dot detail, I usually do. But have fun with it. Otherwise, what's the point? One more. And oh, the places you'll go. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what you want to see, because I'm happy to make it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the episodes. Thanks!